So it is that time of year again. It is time to sweep out the log burner ready for the new burning season. So I've got a Chimney Typhoon that I used last year. I'm going to stick that right up the old pipe, give it a good swirl out, get everything out of there. Then I'm also going to be replacing some things inside the log burner this year that I've never done before. So that's going to be something new, isn't it? Yes, it is. So let's get fired in, let's get cracking, and let's get this log burner swept out ready for the new burning season. Oh man, I just love me a burning season right there. Let's do this, baby. Woo! Hey up, Doug, you alright? And welcome to my channel. My name is Tom Richardson. If you haven't already, please do like and subscribe. So, like I said today, I'm going to be cleaning out the old log burner. I did it last year. I made a few mistakes, so I'm going to rectify those mistakes this year, and hopefully I'll not make a mess like I did last year and got into trouble a little bit. So let me show you what I'm going to be doing today. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is getting some dust sheets down. I've already pushed the sofas back so they're out of the way. I'm going to move these buckets that hold us wood inside of there, cover all the telly over and all the sofa and all that sort of jazz. What I'm going to be doing with the burner is I'm going to be taking the door off. That'll just slide off just to make it easier to clean out. Take all the grills out. All the bricks are coming out. Give it a really good hoover out to begin with, to empty it, make sure there's nothing in. So then I'm also going to know how much soot is coming out of there, because this burner is on all the time during the autumn, winter and spring. Every day, every night when we're in, it is on and burning. So I'm going to be guessing there's going to be a lot of soot up inside the chimney. And then I'm going to be replacing the bricks, the fire bricks. I've got some new fire bricks, so I'm going to be replacing them because they are the originals from when we first got the fire, so they're quite old now. So and also what I noticed last year, when you're using the Typhoon, the plastic pipe that goes up, that's got the bristles on it, spins obviously. That's spinning around, but it bangs, and it bangs against your flue, your pipe, which in a way it's helping all the dust and soot vibrate off the side, but your cement, obviously, you know, if you've got a burner, it doesn't last forever, so that's going to need replacing as well. I've got some in the shed, hopefully it's not dried out and gone funny, otherwise I'll be getting some more, so that's going to need replacing as well. Next thing to do is get the old Titan, give it a hoover out with that. I use that every week to hoover out my log burner. You've just got to make sure everything's cold inside it, because there is paper bags inside of there and you don't want that catching fire. So it's a great hoover as well. I've done a video on that, check that video out. There we go, all hoovered out, looking nice and clean. Obviously I'm going to be hoovering it out again later on once I've finished sweeping it. Next thing to do is to get something on the front of this to stop all the dust and the soot coming out. Last year I put some plastic on there and it just ripped. I did try to reinforce it a little bit where the pipe was going through the front, but it just got bigger and bigger, and I think that's where most of the dust come through. So I've got an old towel. I'm thinking of wrapping the old towel around the front of there, sticking a little hole in the front. Because it's fabric, it should move. That's what I'm thinking with the pipe. So I shouldn't get as much dust, I don't think, coming out. So what I might do, I might plastic it and then put the towel around the front as well. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put both on. So this is the Chimney Typhoon. That's the packaging. You can leave that in it once you've used it. These are the rods, what you use, 1 meter lengths. They all just slot together with a little spring-loaded little button just there that all just slot into each other. I'll show you that in a minute. That's the head. Get a screwdriver, because you can take that off of the top of there and you can change the bristles if you need to. That's the attachment for the drill. That just slots into one of the rods at the bottom. Same again, it's on a little spring. And that's it basically. Super easy and super simple. What I have done though, on the very last rod that goes up into the chimney, I've put some tape around it, so as soon as I get to the tape, I know that that is the top of my chimney outside. Any further than that, the cowling will all be coming off, and I don't want to do that. So as soon as I get to that tape mark just there up inside the chimney, that's when I need to stop. So that is my very last rod. That's the one I'm going to be using last. To slot them together, like I said, they're just spring-loaded little buttons. That just slots inside the rod, clicks together. Make sure it's fully inserted and fully in because you don't want it coming out. Maybe give it a good few pulls just before you stick it up inside the hole. And then away you go. That is it. And to get them out, it's easy just to use this little Allen key attachment because they can be a bit fiddly. And then they just unslot. He says confidently. So all you do is just push that spring in, pull it apart, and done. And that's it. And to attach the head, same again. That's just on your spring. You can see the hole that that's got to go into. Push it in, click it in, make sure it's all the way home. Job done, and now you're ready to go. So I've got the first rod in with the head already. I've just slid that up the pipe a little bit, ready to go. Got the plastic round, got a towel round. How successful this is going to be, I don't know, but it's a little different to last year, so it might be an improvement, it might not. So the next thing to do is get the drill, stick it on the end, and get spinning and get cleaning. So all I've got is my regular DeWalt drill. Get the attachment for it. That just goes on the end. There we go. Like I says, get the little toggle, little button that just slides into the end of the rod just there, which we shall do now. It's the same again as all the other fittings. It just slides in. Make sure it's all the way home. It's all the way there. Next thing to do is turn on the drill, and then it'll start spinning inside and it'll start cleaning it all. So you've not got to go crazy with that. You can go at a slow speed. You can go at a fast speed if you want to. There is certain, in the instructions it will tell you as to how fast to do it. But I think if you've got a little bit of common sense and you're good with your hands and your head, then you know not to just go full bore, full power, because you might do damage up inside there. So take it steady, take it easy. The more confident you get, the more you use it, the easier it's going to be. So if it's your first time out, take it nice and steady. That's what I'm going to do to begin with. Then it's just a case of feeding the pipes, feeding the tubes onto the end, and away we go. So let's give it a go. And what I found last year was to just hold on to the pipe there so you can just guide it as it's going up. Not going to grab it too tight, just let it slide through your hands as it's going. Ooh, that's come off at end here. That's all about snails, is it? Well, I don't know if you can see how it's rounded off there. That's how it comes, and it keeps coming off at the end. But as you can see, the process is relatively easy, relatively simple. You just got to be mindful that it is going to make a mess, so be on your best behaviour. So I've got to the last rod. There we go. I've got the tape on it, so that's as far as I need to go up inside there. When I get it to that tape line, I'll go outside and I'll just make sure that I can see it outside of the chimney. I don't know if you'll be able to see because of the light, we're way too far down here. But anyway, I don't know if you can just see it there. The orange bristles are just sticking out at the top of the chimney. So that's as far as we need to go. I'll just give it a few more brushes. And then also brush it on the way down, pulling them out as well. And it's getting double whammy. So there we go. That is the last rod. Gonna remove the towel and the plastic, and we'll see just how much is in there. With the bloody colour of my hands. Maybe I should have worn gloves. But anyway, I didn't. So there we go. That's a lesson for next year. Wear some gloves. That is how much has come out. Quite a lot. So yeah, not surprised as to how much has come out because, well, like I said to you earlier, we use this all the time. So there we go, it's all sparkling, nice and clean. The next thing to do is to get the new fire bricks in. I'll show you the old ones and as to why I'm replacing them. So let me show you. So these are the old fire bricks. As you can see, they've been repaired in the past, cracked down the middle. But as you can see, they've got bits missing. Massive chunk missing out of that one just there. So they've well and truly had the money's worth. So I'll pick some more up off of eBay and I'll show you them now. So these are the new bricks I picked up, got them off of eBay. I think they were £47 including delivery, and as you can see they've got to be specially cut and what have you. They're not genuine ones, but they should be and should work exactly the same as the old ones. They're the same shape, same size, everything. So all I've got to do now is get them in position. Now what it says in the instructions when you get your fire bricks, if you're putting some new ones in, let them get to room temperature because they've been transported, they might be hot, cold, might have a little bit of moisture in. Let them be next to a fire or let them be inside, let them dry out, get all the moisture out, then it'll prevent them from cracking. So they've been sat for quite a while now inside the house, it's been summer, they're nice and dry, so happy days on that front. And I think they look absolutely brilliant, don't you? Hopefully they should perform well. So let's get the drawer back in, all the grills in, tickety 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 boo. So the door's back on, everything's done. Giving it a quick wipe down, give it a better one later on. Next thing to do is get the old fire cement and fill it in around there. Yes, you can get different colours of this, you can get it in black, which would have helped me, but at the time I couldn't get it in black. All you want to do is get a little bit on the end of your scraper or whatever tool you're going to be using to put it on. You could even roll it up in your hands and you could feed it in if you want to, just like that. That's probably going to be better than actually using this scraper. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll use a scraper to get it out and then just feed it in like putty, and then you can push it all the way in. Now I reckon this cement has just started to go off a little bit. It's not as moist as it is when you first open it, which is probably making it that little bit easier to work with. But look at that going in there. I have got some black heat resistant spray paint that I will spray. I'll just cover that over later on down the line, but yeah, I'll just fill the rest of that in and then we're done. So there we go, it's finished. Back to normal, fan on top, wafted a bit of black paint over the top of that. There we go, as you can see, finish that cement off. That's the inside, all nice and clean. Got the bricks in, job done, ready for the new season coming up. So yeah, what do you reckon? Do you like it? Drop me a comment. So there we go, it's finished. Nice little project, probably taken about 2 hours. That includes filming as well. So yeah, you could probably smash it out in about an hour if you've done it a few times. Get your little routine going. Job's a good one. So yeah, once a year I do this. I've saved myself quite a bit of money up to yet. It costs £50 for that kit. To get somebody out, it's 75 quid a go. So you're going to save money straight away, aren't you? Don't be scared in doing it yourself. So that is it for now. Join me next time. I'll see you later. Ta-da, bye-bye, see you there. Bye.